corner. And Manchester City find themselves in front in this FA Cup fifth round tie. Erling Haaland, the goal scorer. It wasn't the cleanest of strikes, but it is a goal nonetheless for Pep Guardiola's men. Now Luton move up the other end, in towards the possession of Ogbene, but he couldn't quite keep the ball in play, so it's going to be a Manchester City throw out on the left hand side as they move forward. It's going to be taken by Nathan Ake towards the edge of their own penalty area on that left hand side. 4.5 gone. Luton Town 0, Manchester City 1. Flash forward towards the halfway. Haaland holding up in the middle. Núñez are going to win it back. It is picked up though by Manchester City. It's worked out towards the right hand side. Walker driving beyond halfway, moves infield towards the centre, offloaded again out towards that right side, looking to find Matheus Núñez, but it's just too heavy for him. The pass from Kyle Walker, had a player go for a Luton Town throwing down on their left hand side to the edge of their own penalty area. Goes back in towards the path of Tinkul between the sticks, lofted out towards the right, flicked on by Nathan Ake and brought down by Grealish. In the middle is Kovacic, who looks to play it forward towards Haaland, 25 yards out from goal. Flashed out by Jack Grealish, but one back by Luton Town, who have possession with Bell. Forward down the left-hand channel as they attack in towards the halfway. Driving forward now for them is Chong. Goes out towards the left-hand side and in towards the path of Corey Woodrow. Into the penalty area, goes back again. Cross goes in left-footed towards the near post, where just to lose Morris in the end. It's going to be cleared away, or watched away by Jack Grealish, but that was a big opportunity there for Carlton Morris, who got himself in the right place at the right time, timed his run to perfection, but he couldn't latch on to the ball at the near post. And so Manchester City the right hand side, 30 yards out from goal, stretching it towards the left hand flank and towards Alfie Doherty, who's got Walker for company on the edge of the box, moves inside the penalty area, but cleared away by Manchester City, but one back by Luton Town, into the path of Morris from around about 5 yards out. Cross went in by Doherty into the path of Morris, who had an effort on goal. It was blocked in the end. Doherty, who just about kept the ball in play. Morris, a first time effort, blocked in the end by Nathan Ake, and Luton look to go again. They've responded well from going a goal down. What's going in by Barkley? One back though by Luton Town. This is Jordan Clark. Barkley again. Corey Woodrow in possession towards the edge of the box. Goes out towards the right hand side. Ogbene puts the cross in, headed away by Ake. One back by De Bruyne for Manchester City on the edge of their penalty area. One back though by Luton Town. Mengi reclaiming possession, but he hoofs it clear with his right foot out of play for Manchester City, throwing down their left side in the middle of their half. We played the best part of 7.5 minutes here at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Manchester City 1. Erling Haaland's goal in the 3rd minute, the difference between the two sides so far. City, who since the beginning of last season have conceded just a solitary goal in FA Cup ties. So that's the kind of task that Luton are going to have to keep appearances with throughout the remainder of the match as City float the ball forward. It's going to be picked up by Stones, who turns his way past Woodrow. Now in towards the path of Kovacic. Now Ortega being put under pressure by Morris, plays it forward along the line. One back by Matheus Núñez, who turns and drives down the right hand side towards the edge of the penalty area. He goes now. Cross goes in, right footed, flicked away by Burke, and Ogbene now looks to drive for Luton Town. Forward beyond the halfway, but we gathered by Manchester City. It's Akanji in possession to Ake. Akanji once again plays it forward towards Bernardo Silva. 5 yards from the edge of the Luton Town half. Being driven forward by Kovacic out towards the left-hand side and in towards the possession of Nathan Ake. Short again and back in towards the possession of Stefan Ortega in the Manchester City goal. He'll play it forward in towards the path of John Stones. It's going to be flicked away though by Mengi before finding Erling Haaland. On back again by Luton, who now drive forward with Doughty, left hand side, moves it forward towards Chong, edge of the penalty area, looks to get the crossing on his left foot, but Carlton Morris couldn't make the run in time, but it is going to fall for Ogbene towards the edge of the box. There's two up against him, plays it back in towards the path of Burke. Ogbene again, right hand side, edge of the penalty area, moves back in towards the path of Burke. Jordan Clark in possession, and now to Ross Barkley, out towards the left and out in towards the path of Alfie Dirty, towards the halfway and towards Mengi, along the line towards Burke, just inside the Manchester City half. 9.5 minutes played here at Kenilworth Road. It is Luton Town 0, Manchester City 1 in the FA Cup here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. 5th round tie from Kenilworth Road. Ball played forwards in towards the path of Dirty, but the flag's gone up for offside on the far touchline. Luton Town's left as we watch proceedings. 10 minutes have gone. Luton Town 0, Manchester City 1 here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Reminder that we do have a couple of other ties taking place this evening in the FA Cup on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service this evening as Luton win possession back in the middle of the City half. Right hand side, Tedham Mengi has possession, but it's one back by City and one back by Grealish. Lofted ball over the top into the path of De Bruyne, who's away on the left hand side, edge of the penalty area, looking to get the cross in. De Bruyne plays the trigger back. It was looking to find Matthias Nunes. It was cleared away by Amari Bell. It's going to be picked up though loosely by Silva to the edge of his own half, and now Kovacic forward to Silva again in the middle, laid forward in towards the path of Haaland, back to goal inside the penalty area. Couldn't quite make anything of it, and so Mengi clears his lines for Luton Town. One back on the half action, but he couldn't latch on to the ball at the near post. Woodrow again, Barkley forward towards Chong in the middle. He's got options out to the left hand side and plays it in towards the path of Doughty. Cross goes in towards the penalty area, looking to find Woodrow at the back post, but it's going to run out of play for a Manchester City goal kick. 11.5 minutes on the clock. It is Luton Town 0, Manchester City 1 here in the FA Cup on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Reminder that we'll have the Premier League back for you this weekend on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. 6 3 o'clock kickoffs to bring to you on Saturday afternoon, as well as the Manchester Derby on Sunday, and our live games for you at the weekend: Brentford, Chelsea, Everton, West Ham, Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle against Wolves, Nottingham Forest against Liverpool, and Tottenham against Crystal Palace will be our live 3 o'clock offerings. Luton back at home against Aston Villa in the league on Saturday night from 5:30. You can listen to that live with us as well before Sunday's action sees Burnley take on Bournemouth, and Manchester City back at the Etihad in the Manchester Derby against Manchester United from 3:30. You can listen to both of them games live here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. De Bruyne looking to move his way forward now in towards the path of Haaland. Was looking to slip its way through to, but it's gathered by Mengi towards the edge of his penalty area for Luton Town. Now Bell in possession. 12.5 gone. Luton Town 0, Manchester City 1. Ball flicked forward on the left hand side, regathered by Manchester City, chested down by John Stones on the halfway, turns with his back to goal and lays it forward in towards the path of Kovacic, 10 yards out from the halfway line. Now to John Stones again, Mateo Kovacic, left side in the middle of his own half. Kovacic again, very short towards Bernardo Silva. Kovacic inside his own penalty area, being put under pressure by Corley Woodrow, and now it goes back in towards the possession of Stefan Ortega in the Manchester City goal. He plays it out first time towards the left hand side. It's Nathan Ake towards the edge of his own penalty area. Mateo Kovacic in possession now, and again it's Stefan Ortega who has possession for Manchester City. Lays it out to the left hand side into Jack Grealish, who moves in more centrally but dispossessed by Burke, but illegally in the eyes of the referee, Anthony Taylor. Just a reminder, of course, if this game is level after 90 minutes, extra time and penalties will follow, and VAR, because this is a Premier League ground, will be in use for the game this evening. only involves Premier League grounds, so VAR in this round of the competition. Haaland in possession midway inside the Luton half, sprays it out towards the left. Grealish towards the edge of the penalty area with 2 up against him. Back to Ake. Now Kovacic, 10 yards inside the Luton Town half, plays it in towards the middle and in towards the path of Bernardo Silva. Goes back towards Akanji. Now John Stones for Manchester City. Laid out towards the right hand side. Kyle Walker lost one over the top and towards the edge of the penalty area. It's headed away by Bell down Luton Town's left. Doherty in possession now. Lays it back in towards the path of Krul, who launches it forward to beyond the halfway, where there was a bit of a pushing and a shoving there between Kanji and Morris, but Manchester City recover possession. Nunez plays it out towards Grealish, left hand side towards the edge of the penalty area. He's got Burke up against him. Grealish gets across in, left footed in towards around about 10 yards out, but Krul dives down low, catches the effort in its grasp before finding anybody of a Manchester City persuasion. We have played a quarter of an hour here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Erling Haaland's goal in the 3rd minute, the difference between the sides so far. Luton Town 0, Manchester City 1 here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service this evening. It's Mengi in possession, laid out towards the left hand side and in towards the path of Bell. Goes forward 5 yards out from the halfway. Bell once more being put under a bit of pressure by Erling Haaland, and so has to go back towards Krul, who launches it for the first time. We're going to find Cauley Woodrow. Won that back though by Kyle Walker, who then brings it back first time in towards the path of John Stones. Now Ortega has it in the Manchester City goal. Played short out towards Kovacic, and now Manuel Akanji in possession for Manchester City. This is Ortega again, towards the halfway it goes. Erling Haaland going down, being shoved in the back, and wins Manchester City a free kick 5 yards inside the Luton Town half. Haaland being grappled in the back by Mengi. And so free kick to the visitors. Much of the frustration of the Luton Town players, who have their conversations with the referee, Anthony Taylor. And so City take the free kick quick, and it's going to go all the way back in towards the possession of Ortega in the City goal, beyond the halfway, where Erling Haaland again has his back to goal, but now lays it forward. Haaland is through, he's inside the penalty area. Haaland for 2-0, and there was no mistake once he got inside the penalty area. 2 for Haaland, 2 for City, and they have this cut tie in the grasp of their hands in the space of 20 minutes. Erling Haaland just cannot stop scoring at the moment. It was a typical City pass and move. Ball threaded forward, in towards Haaland, who drove his way through, drove past Mendy, and then on his left foot inside the penalty area, there was only one result. De Bruyne plays the pass through. Haaland with his back to goal turns, drives forward, and then side foots it home. On his left foot past the helpless Tim Krul. Haaland's got 2 in 17 minutes. City have got 2 in 17 minutes. It's batten down the hatches time now for the Hatters. Because there is a possibility for more, and Haaland was almost played through again. Grealish was screaming for it out on the left-hand side. He's comfortably in the arms of Tim Krul, who's already seen his net burst twice already this evening. Towards the halfway, beyond the halfway, Luton had possession. 2 attempts, 2 on target. 2 goals for Pep Guardiola's side, and they move forward again. Grealish beyond the halfway in the middle, plays it out towards Matheus Nunes. Bernardo Silva driving now. clipped to the ground. One back by Barkley, fair in the eye to the referee. Collie Woodrow for Luton Town inside his own half. Goes out towards the left-hand side. Doughty in the middle of his own half. Plays it forward about 10 yards in towards the possession of Chong. Heavy touch from him. Sees the ball go out of play for a Manchester City throw. And it's alarming stuff for Rob Edwards, the Luton Town manager. They're away from here. They've got a big league assault to think of. Made harder by Everton's appeal, seeing them gain 4 points back as Haaland wins Manchester City a corner out on the far right hand side. 19.5 minutes gone. It's Luton Town 0, Manchester City 2. Corner to be taken by who else but Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne with a corner. Is swung in right side, right footed towards the edge of the box where Grealish wanted a swing on the volley. It's headed away by Luton. It's picked back up by Nunes and it nearly worked its way back into the penalty area before Luton managed to clear their lines. Flicked on by Morris. One back again. Switched out to Alfie Doughty, driving down the left-hand side here for Luton Town. 15 yards inside the Manchester City half. Ball clipped forward, but it's going to be a comfortable catch and a comfortable take by Stefan Ortega. Ball laid forward in towards De Bruyne. Inside his own half for Manchester City. Nunes back to De Bruyne again. Bernardo Silva out on the right-hand side. Exactly who he finds. 10 yards inside the Luton Town half. But forward they go again, but this time the attack, which was looking to find De Bruyne, is snuffed out by Bell on the left flank. Cleared away by Krul. One back by Luton, but Manchester City recover it again. Luton reclaim possession on the halfway. Ross Barkley brings it down with a good first touch. Goes out towards the left-hand side again. Jordan Clark in possession now. Burke. Cleared forward and out towards the left-hand side, but the ball did run out of play first before finding Alfie Doughty. And so it's going to be a Manchester City throw out on the right-hand side as they move their way forward. 10-15 yards from the edge of the Luton Town half. It's going to be Kyle Walker to take. Play back in towards the path of Bernardo Silva. Now Stefan Ortega in the Manchester City goal. Plays it forward towards the halfway, but it's won back by Jordan Clark for Luton Town. Clark again. Goes out in towards the possession of Bell. Burke. Mengi towards Morris. One back by Manchester City. Now Bernardo Silva looking to do some damage. Goes out towards Grealish. Left side, edge of the penalty area, steps inside the box. Now comes inside. Has an effort on the side of his right foot. He had two defenders in front of him. Manages to clear them. But it was straight into the arms of Tim Krul in the Luton Town goal. Grealish now looking to make some magic happen for Manchester City. It was a decent enough strike. It was just straight at the goalkeeper. Midway through the first half, 22.5 minutes on the clock. It's Luton Town 0, Manchester City 2 here in the FA Cup 5th round on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Nathan Ake to take the throw for Manchester City on the right hand side, 5 yards inside the Luton Town half. Luton move forward with Chong on the right flank, being forced back about 10-15 yards in the middle of the Manchester City half. Now in towards the possession of Mengi. Chong. Back towards Clark, and now Bell, left-hand side, just inside the Manchester City half. Being gathered by Manchester City, but not before Carlton Morris was pulled to the floor by Manuel Akanji. It's going to be a free kick to Luton Town, around about 15 yards inside the Manchester City half. Akanji just clipping Morris from behind. Benny from the free kick, back to Barkley, who has been linked with a surprise move to Manchester United in the summer. Has been impressing many since signing for the Hatters as a free agent at the beginning of the campaign. Now, Manchester City have won many admirers for many years, and they find themselves in the forefront of this game here. 25 minutes or so on the clock. They lead Luton Town by 2-0, and lead Luton Town by 2. Erling Haaland goals to nil, and Haaland's in here for the hat-trick! First time ever on his left foot, but it is straight at Tim Krul in the Luton Town goal. City win possession back. Bernardo Silva driving now in towards the penalty area. He has an effort on goal, and it was played into the path of Mateus Nunes, whose effort on his right foot was blazed wide a goal. Blazed over the bar, and so it stays 2-0. Just to get the cross in on his left foot. They win themselves a corner here, Luton Town. The last touch coming off of Kyle Walker in the end. Corner swung in by Doughty towards the near post, flicked away. Luton will win the second ball. Jordan Clark plays it all the way back in towards the possession of Tim Krul. Goal, but straight at Stefan Ortega between the sticks for Manchester City. It was straight at the near post, and that was exactly where Stefan Ortega had occupied himself. This is Ake in possession. Forward it goes towards Grealish. Ake looking to chase it down, but it's going to be won back by Jordan Clark. Clark again, as De Bruyne up against him, and then he was chasing down Burke before then Playing it back in towards the possession of Tim Krul between the sticks for Luton Town. Luton have actually had the lion's share of possession in the last 10 minutes, 63% to 37%, but City looking for a third. De Bruyne forward towards Haaland, turns back to goal. Grealish, ball goes in towards the palm of Haaland, who has an effort on target. Straight at the goalkeeper, Tim Krul. He's now had a couple of opportunities to seal his hat-trick as Erling Haaland. There's a little touch and go. Ball crossed in towards the box. The initial effort from Kevin De Bruyne. Straight at the keeper, and then Haaland had second dibs at the rebound. And that ended up straight into the arms of Krul as well. Up the other end, Luton tried to attack, but it's cleared away by Manchester City. Stones in possession. Look at the drive forward. He's got Barkley, his former Everton teammate, up against him. But it's regathered by Luton Town. In towards Clark on the halfway. Dead bang on centre. Goes out towards Tavis Chong. Alfie Doughty now for the Hatters. Turning is Ogbene. Going down is Ogbene. And Luton win themselves a free kick bang on the half-hour mark, where Manchester City lead by 2-0. 2 goals by Erling Haaland, one in the 3rd minute, one in the 17th minute, which has given Manchester City a 2-goal lead in this FA Cup 5th round tie. Luton free kick goes out to the left-hand flank, moves infield towards the edge of the area. Doughty with a cross in towards the near post is cleared away by Manchester City, bundled away by Walker towards the halfway and towards the possession of Tim Krul between the sticks. Laid out towards the right-hand side, but given back straight away by Grealish. Tim Krul bicycling his way back towards the line, goes out towards De Bruyne, this time on the right-hand side, chipped over the top towards Haaland. It just runs a bit too much of him. He does well to keep it in play. And then given away. And Luton recover possession, but the pass into Morris was too heavy. He captured by Manchester City, and it is Akanji on the halfway. Kovacic. Akanji once more. Kovacic once more. Just inside the Luton Town half. De Bruyne on the half turning. Played it forward, threaded forward, looking to find one of Grealish or Nunez, but it goes straight into the arms of Tim Krul between the sticks. Well, Pep Guardiola will be happy enough with the work of his Manchester City side in the first half. He went strong to give this competition and this opposition the full respect they've given, and dues have got to be paid to Luton, who have grown into the game since Manchester City got the second by Erling Haaland. They haven't sat down and caved in at all. And Pep Guardiola knows the importance of the FA Cup, because it's a road to a potential back-to-back treble, and he reckons the next month or so will be the most important to it. Said in his pre-match press conference, next month helps us to still have another month. It will define if we have another month to play for the titles. It does not define anything. Ball one back by Luton. Ball one back by Clark. Play forward in towards the path of Doughty. Left side, edge of the penalty area. Now towards Woodrow, has an effort on the edge of the box. He came in field and a curled effort from his right foot, which goes past the post of Stefan Ortega in the Manchester City goal, although the flag had subsequently gone up for offside against Corey Woodrow. 33.5 minutes on the clock. Luton 0, Manchester City 2. City at the other end with Jack Grealish in possession. Down half, it's in the possession of Nunez, who has come back onto the pitch now. Stones, Kovacic, forward. Kovacic still. Now Nathan Ake. 5 yards from the edge of the Luton Town half. Goes out in towards the possession of Grealish, who sees play go out for a Luton Town throw-in on the right-hand side as they go forward. He doesn't look too clever. Luton are going to make a change, as are Manchester City at this early point. Joe Johnson is going to come on for Bell. And Jeremy Doku is going to come on in place of Jack Grealish, who is in tears. Literal tears. As we head towards the end of the first half, we've played 39 minutes here. It's Luton Town 0, Manchester City 2, courtesy of 2 goals from Erling Haaland in the first 20 minutes of the game. City looking to find a passage through to the FA Cup quarter-finals for the 7th time in 8 years. The only time they failed to do so was when they were beaten by League One Wigan Athletic back in 2018. That goes up for offside. Manchester City free kick. Ball goes out of play. Manchester City throw. Ake to take on the right-hand side. Forward it goes, looking to find Nunes. Cleared away by Luton Town. Ball down by Carlton Morris. On back by De Bruyne. Threaded through towards Haaland, who's away. He's on a hat-trick. Erling Haaland makes it a hat-trick before half-time. It's 3-0 to Manchester City, who are now waltzing towards the FA Cup quarter-finals. His 24th goal of the season in all competitions, and some say Erling Haaland's out of form. He shrugs his shoulders as if to silence the critics. The Norwegian Viking has a first-half hat-trick to his name. And we're 5 minutes out from completing the first half. Ball lofted over the top into Erling Haaland's path, past the path for Johnson, who's just come on. He couldn't get in the game quick enough. They haven't been able to get Erling Haaland out of the game. Chipping the ball on his left foot past a helpless Tim Krul in towards the bottom right-hand corner. He'd gone up for offside against Corny Woodrow. 33.5 minutes on the clock. Luton 0, Manchester City 2. Well, they say this is a team that gets into gear as the season moves on. And maybe this is another signal of that particular intent. They are checking the goal. VR is in operation at Kenilworth Road this evening. And the longer the check goes on, the more nervy it will be for Erling Haaland as he awaits his hat-trick fate. Anthony Taylor getting instruction from Stockley Park. The instruction is it's a goal, and Erling Haaland has his hat-trick. Much to the frustration of the 10,000 or so Luton Town fans that came here dreaming, hoping, sensing an upset. But Manchester City have been way too professional in more than one aspect tonight. They find themselves 3-0 to the good. And the worrying thing is that there is manoeuvre for more. Ball goes back in towards the path for Tinkle between the sticks. Lost it out first time towards the halfway. One back by De Bruyne. This is Kovacic on the halfway. Back in towards the path of Nathan Ake. They've only had... well, they've had 8 attempts at goal. They've had 7 on target, Manchester City, in this game. The one real concern, though, the one real worry will be the injury to Jack Grealish. Coming back in towards the side, getting back towards a full bill of health. That was ill opportune. City win possession back with Nunes. Goes out towards De Bruyne. Doku, who's switched out towards the right side now for City. Kyle Walker to De Bruyne. Nunes. Walker again. Goes back in towards the possession of John Stones. Kovacic. Plays it forward now. 10 yards inside the Luton Town half. Turning with Barclay up against him. Beyond the halfway. City look to reclaim possession back, but it's going to be Luton who win possession. Goes back in towards the path of Tinkle between the sticks, who lost it forward first time towards the halfway. It's going to be picked up by John Stones, who in turn will play it back towards Stefan Ortega between the sticks. Ortega short towards Bernardo Silva. And now Ortega again. One back by Ogbene. Forward he goes on the right hand side. He had Ake up against him. Will play back by Akanji in towards the possession of Stefan Ortega between the sticks. Towards the halfway, flicked on by Haaland. He was looking to find De Bruyne, and now Luton move their way forward. It's in towards the path for Clark, in towards the penalty area. It's cleared away by City, but it's an error from distance. Oh, what a goal! Jordan Clark with a stunner, and it just gives Luton Town a glimmer of hope right on the cusp of half-time. Right-footed effort from around about 25 yards out, curled into the top right-hand corner. A superb goal from Jordan Clark right on the cusp of half-time to give Luton something going into the interval. Stefan Ortega stood in the Manchester City goal like a statue. He knew that he, nor any goalkeeper for that matter, stood a chance. Because when it struck as sweetly as that, there is just no stopping that. What an incredible first half we've enjoyed here. In the last minute of normal time, there will be 3 added on at the end of the first half. And we have already enjoyed 4 goals here at Kenilworth Road. Back in towards the path for Tinkul, who plays it out towards the left-hand side. Flicked on to beyond the halfway. Flashed out towards the right-hand side. Looking to find Ogbene. He's going to be too heavy for him as he tries to keep it in play. He's going to go out for a Manchester City goal kick. Well, what an incredible strike this is from Jordan Clark. Brings it inside, around about 25 yards out. Curls it right-footed in towards the top right-hand corner. Even Erling Haaland, who was nearby him, just stood up and applauded the superb effort. Minute and a half of the 3 minutes added on at the end of the first half have been played. It's been quite an electric first half here at Kenilworth Road. Luton Town 1, Manchester City 3. Here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Erling Haaland doing the damage for Manchester City. Goals in the 3rd, 17th and 40th minutes have seemingly put this cut tie beyond Luton, although that strike from Jordan Clark will just give them something to cling on to going into the half-time break. Although Manchester City reclaim possession again here. Akanji over the top, dinked down by Haaland, was looking to find Mateus Nunes. Luton do manage to bring the ball away. And now beyond the halfway, but it's recovered well by John Stones for Manchester City, who in turn plays it back towards Stefan Ortega. Goes direct, very direct from a City perspective towards Haaland beyond the halfway. Brings it down, first touch on his left. Being grappled by Mendy, but manages to find De Bruyne, who was looking to fed the ball through, and it does come through towards Haaland, who again is looking to turn past Mengi, who was getting a little bit too physical that time for Anthony Taylor's liking, and it is going to be a Manchester City free kick around about 30 yards out. Probably be the last action of a actions all end first half. Well, he's had a couple of grapples of Erling Haaland. That was one grapple too far there by Amandi Mengi. So this should be the final action of the first half. Manchester City free kick on the right hand side, around about 25-30 yards out from goal. 2 over it, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, although Silva looks as if he has dropped back and he's going to leave it for Kevin De Bruyne to take. De Bruyne with a free kick. In time, beyond added time at the end of this first half. Played short to Walker. Back to De Bruyne again, and now Bernardo Silva looking to get the cross into the penalty area. It's headed away by Luton, but it is going to fall again for Kevin De Bruyne, who picks it up 25 yards out from goal. Lays it out towards Mateus Nunes, first time on the right hand side, but that's going to be the final action of the first half, where Erling Haaland is a hat-trick hero before the break. 3 goals, looks as if it's put Manchester City in a very good suit to progress through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup for the 7th time in 8 years. They went 3-0 up after 40 minutes, but Luton had given themselves a glimmer of hope. A superb strike by Jordan Clark on the cut of half-time means the score at the break is Luton Town 1, Manchester City 3. pursuit to progress through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup for the 7th time in 8 years. They went 3-0 up after 40 minutes, but Luton had given themselves a glimmer of hope. Corner right on the cusp of half-time, although they know there's a big task in the second half. Already been made tougher. Ball given away inside the area. Not going to find Harlan. Cleared away though by Mengi for Luton Town. The 2-11 to as follows. It's Cool, Mengi, Burke, Johnson, Ogbene, Clark, Barkley, Doty, Morris, Chong, Woodrow for Luton Town. Manchester City, you saw Jack Grealish in considerable pain, having to go off in the opening period. Have Ortega in goal. Walker, Stones, Akanji, Ake, Kovacic, Silva, Nunes, De Bruyne, Doku now, alongside Erling Haaland up top, who scored all 3 goals for Manchester City in what was a comprehensive first half display by Pep Guardiola's side. There's Mateus Nunes in possession. Grealish on the halfway for Manchester City. Goes back in towards the possession of Kyle Walker now. Walker looking and setting the options in front of him. Has to go back though in towards the possession of Stefan Ortega between the sticks. Ortega looks up and assesses his options. Plays it forward towards the halfway where Haaland with his back to goal looks to turn. Does manage to shift it out in towards the possession of Mateus Nunes, but it is straight at Tinkrul in the Luton Town goal. Out it now goes to the substitute, Johnson. Doughty back to Krul, lofted out first time, too heavy for Johnson. The ball goes out of play. Manchester City throw right hand side, around about 30 yards out from goal. 2 minutes of this second half played. Luton Town 1, Manchester City 3 here in the FA Cup 5th round on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Walker's throwing forward towards Haaland, looking to work his way inside the penalty area. Cleared away as far as Stones. Silva. Walker couldn't quite make anything of it. Luton looked to regather possession with Woodrow, whose goal against Everton secured Luton's passage through to the 5th round of this year's FA Cup. And they win themselves a throw-in. Forward it goes, looking to find Chong, but it's going to be mopped up by Akanji first, who goes back in towards the path of Ortega. Cleared forward to the midway point of their own half. Doku laid out in towards the path of Nunes. Driving forward now at will. In towards the penalty area goes. As Mateus Nunes for a 4th. It's straight at Krul. It's cleared away. And Manchester City nearly did have their 4th. Mateus Nunes in the right place at the right time. Played through by John Stones. Mengi tracks back, but he couldn't track back quick enough. And Nunes has a first time strike on his left foot, but it is straight at the Luton Town goalkeeper. And it is the Hatters that win themselves a throw-in on the left-hand side. 15 yards from the edge of the Manchester City half. And so it stays 2-0. To the halfway, Luton Town have possession. One back by Doughty after temporarily being given back to Manchester City. This is Barkley, who has clamoured interest by the likes of Manchester United, no less. Ogbene, right side, 30 yards out from the Manchester City goal. Fed it in towards the penalty area, towards Morris, who goes down. Play goes on. It was fair in the eyes of the referee. De Bruyne was looking to slip through Haaland. Long clearance from Luton Town. It was a old school tight clearance by Menke at an old school tight ground here at Kenilworth Road. That was a real case of have it. So Walker to take the throw in for Manchester City. 5 minutes of this second half gone. They lead Luton Town in this FA Cup 5th round tie by 3-1. Back in towards the path of Ortega, who plays along the line inside his penalty area, in towards the path of Manuel Akanji, who drives forward towards the middle of his half. 10 yards now from the edge of Luton Town territory. Doku in possession. Stones to Mateus Nunes. Turns back to goal, has Doughty for company. Nunes now driving his way forward. He's got Doku out to his right. That's exactly who he finds, but has to stretch back in towards his own half. And towards the halfway it goes. And in towards the path of Haaland to De Bruyne. De Bruyne with Haaland in front of him. Cleared away by Luton Town. Ake will pick up on the seconds, getting the better of Carlton Morris. And Morris drawing in the foul on Ake. Manchester City free kick. Much of the frustrations of the home crowd. Well, they thought that was fair and square. And Ake made a little bit too much of it. Free kick taken short. Towards the halfway, towards Stones, who has been forced back without anywhere to go, and Luton regather possession. And it goes towards the right side into Doughty. One back though by Kanji. Back towards Ortega, but it's one back straight away by Luton, but it was too quick from Barkley. He gets it back a second time. Chipped in towards the penalty area. It's 3-2. It's game back on, and it's Jordan Clark with his second. Game on now at Kenilworth Road. Luton Town 2, Manchester City 3. Given away by Walker, finished off by Clark. Cheek giveaway from Walker. Ortega then gave it away. One back by Luton. Clark is onside, there's no doubt about that, as the ball's played into him. And then from around about 10 yards out, chesting the ball down first, before then firing it on the laces of his right foot into the roof of the net. And we have a cup tie once again. City looked as if they were running out of sight, that they were running clear. But the Luton resilience has paid dividends. And they bring it back to 3-2. And it is Jordan Clark, who hadn't scored since the EFL Championship playoff final last season. His first 2 goals of the season have come against the all-conquering Manchester City, who come again. Cross goes in towards the near post. Is half cleared away by Luton. Picked back up by Mateus Nunes. Flicked down by Haaland. Brought down by Silva. Walker right side towards the edge of the box. De Bruyne, who's got Burke up against him on the edge of the box. Wants to keep the ball in play. Luton appeared it went for a goal kick, and they were correct in their assumptions, or Luton Town go again. When City ran clear, when Haaland got the third, this was realistically off the chart, seemingly. It felt like at that point it could have been a very long evening, but Luton have dug in, and it says a lot about the resilience of Rob Edwards' side, the never quit attitude, even when they were written off. Remember, they were written off before a ball was kicked this season in terms and regards of staying in the Premier League, and they are more than in with a fighter's chance. Yes, they're 4 points adrift of Nottingham Forest at the bottom of the table in 18th position. But the way that they have played this season, you sense that they will keep themselves close, as they've kept Manchester City close in this second half. Doku to the halfway, and Walker out to the right side, and Nunes, who turns his way past Doughty. Nunes, Doku down to the path of Walker. Good pass forward in towards the penalty area. It's a Bruyne. It's a cross towards Haaland, and that's his fourth. That's Manchester City's fourth, and they will hope that that ends the Luton fight back. Four on the night for Erling Haaland, and they'll be hoping that is progression through to the FA Cup quarter-finals. Walker with a killer ball in towards the path of De Bruyne, inside the penalty area, squares it across towards Erling Haaland, who is dead level with Burke in the offside trap. And then, from in and around the penalty spot, has a simple task on his left foot of poking the ball home. Part an on-rushing Tim Krul in the Luton Town goal. It is Luton Town 2, Manchester City 4. It's Jordan Clark 2, Erling Haaland 4. And Andros Townsend is going to come on here for Luton Town. Don't know whether that was an intended substitution before the goal or not. Either way, he has come on to try and salvage something again for Luton Town, who found their route back in the game, but no sooner were they back in it, have Manchester City taken a stranglehold of the match again. Haaland in the 55th minute has made it 4-2. Townsend comes on for Woodrow. And Luton go again with Chong. Inside the penalty area, looks to move his way through, but Ortega comes out, gathers possession for Manchester City. So Townsend on, Woodrow off, confirmation of that particular substitution. Chong made his way past Walker, but he couldn't make his way past Stefan Ortega in the Manchester City goal. Lofted forward to be on the halfway, and in towards the path of Haaland. Played through in towards the path of Nunes, chested down. Back to goal, turns inside the area. Nunes! Straight at Tim Krul. Well, that fourth goal may have just lit the Manchester City fuse. Nunes inside the penalty area, turns his back to goal, has an effort on his left foot from around about 18 yards out. But it was straight to the Luton Town shot stopper, who launches the ball forward. It's ball down by Manchester City. This is Nunes in possession, who's got Johnson for company. De Bruyne to Haaland. He's looking for a fifth on the night, and he finds his fifth of the night. And Manchester City have 5. Erling Haaland has 5. What an incredible performance this is from the Manchester City striker. He started the night on 23 goals for the season. He's now on 28. And there's no signs of stopping him. He's on for a double hat-trick. And City again carving the Luton defence open like a Swiss Army knife. Then Haaland inside the penalty area has a touch on his right foot to set himself on his left. And from around about 18 yards out from goal, strikes it low past Tim Krul. Through the legs of Tim Krul. And now it's beginning to feel cruel for Luton Town. Not that Pep Guardiola's going to care one bit. Haaland with 5 on the night. The most incredible individual performance you will see. Matches the goal tally he got against RB Leipzig in the Champions League last season. Such is he displayed by Erling Haaland. I'm actually running out of spaces on my notepad for the goals that he scored in this match. And there still could be room for more. Well, for him, maybe not the notepad. 58.5 minutes gone. Luton Town 2, Manchester City 5. Haaland has blown this Hatters side away, but they still come forward with the bravery that you'd expect from this team. Edge of the box, Ogbene. Ball down by Doku, fairly in the eyes of the referee, and now he drives forward. And City in pursuit of a 6. It's De Bruyne on the left side. Haaland had made the run forward, but just calms the play down. This is Doku towards the path of Stones. Short into the path of Bernardo Silva. Stones once more. Laid forward. De Bruyne now in towards the edge of the penalty area. It goes. It's Ake. It's towards Haaland on the double hat-trick. It's cleared away before finding Nunez. Silva looks to pick it up second time. It's cleared away by Luton Town. This is Carlton Morris inside his own half. Had 2 up against him. City win it back with Stones. Kovacic plays it back in towards the path of Akanji. De Bruyne setting up 3 chances, and everything that he's touched has turned to gold. Everything Erling Haaland has touched has turned to gold as we approach the hour mark here at Kenilworth Road. Luton Town 2, Manchester City 5. Haaland had got his hat-trick inside the first 40 minutes. City had ran into a 3-0 lead. Jordan Clark pulled one back just before half-time for Luton Town, and then got one 7 minutes into the second half. Brought the game back to 2-2, but then Haaland found another 2 within the space of 6 minutes to put this cup tie beyond the reach, it seems, of the Hatters once again. Ball punched forward again. Looking to find Mateus Nunes, who's in a fight with Mengi, who goes to ground. He wanted the free kick his way. It goes Luton's way. Towards the halfway. And on his way is Morris. Gets on the inside of Stones. Goes back towards Johnson on the edge of the box on the left side. Steps inside. Cross goes in, right-footed. Headed away before finding Chong. But one back by Luton, one back by Townsend. This is Barkley. He's going to have an effort goal. Takes a deflection. Up and over the bar. And so Luton now make the change. Clark, who has got 2 on the night, is going to be withdrawn. As 2 is Ogbene. Coming on is Hashikura and Roderick Mpanzu as part of that double Luton Town change. Forward it goes into the area again. City looking for a 6th. Straight at the goalkeeper from De Bruyne. He goes again across the Haaland. He's on a double hat-trick. It's Doku now, cleared away by Barkley. Silva for City. Out towards the path of Doku. So Hashikura up against him. City look to move again beyond the halfway with Bernardo Silva, but it's Ross Barkley who cuts it out for Luton, and now they look to move forward. In towards the area, in towards Morris. He has an effort. Straight to Ortega, who came out. He made himself big, and he makes the save. It's still in the air with Barkley. He has an effort. Great save, Ortega. Tips it away with his left hand, denying Ross Barkley what would have been Luton's third. Nice effort as well inside the area, curled on the side of his right foot. Ortega matching it with a strong left hand to parry it out for a corner. Which is going to be taken by Alfie Doughty. Corner taken, right foot on the left foot, and straight at Ortega. There was a glance header at the near post by Ross Barkley, but it was straight to the Manchester City goalkeeper, Ortega. You sense there's going to be more than 7 in this game in terms of goals, and in fact it was chested on by Chong into Ortega's path. There was an original glance header by Barkley, it was chetted on by Chong, and then it was straight into the arms of Ortega, who plays it forward, looking to find Haaland, who is determined to get this double hat-trick. Gets the inside of Mpanzu. Silva out towards Stones, and now Bernardo Silva again for Manchester City. Kyle Walker lays it out in towards the possession of Mateus Nunes. Has possession again. Silva, Nunes. Who drives down the right hand side. He gets the better of Mpanzu. Towards the edge of the box he goes on this right hand flank. Back towards the path of De Bruyne. City just happy now to play in triangular patterns. The cup tie they feel now is in their grasp, is in their control, and almost over from their perspective. Walker driving forward, this time in the middle, out towards the left. Akanji. In towards the path of Doku on City's left. Now out towards the right hand side and out towards Nunes, who turns with his back to goal 5 yards inside the Luton Town half. 66.5 minutes played. Luton Town 2, Manchester City 5. Haaland with all 5 of the Manchester City goals. Jordan Clark with a couple himself. And the ball in the path of the Manchester City goalkeeper Stefan Ortega. Plays it short into the path of Mateus Nunes. Ortega again. Forward it goes towards the halfway. Turning is Nunes once more, who commits a foul. Ross Barkley on him, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City. Well, at least the two managers are seeing the funny side of proceedings. Pep Guardiola and Rob Edwards in conversation. Fair to say there's a lot of respect between the two. And this was a close-fought battle in the previous meeting in the Premier League, where City ran out 2-1 winners at Kenilworth Road. They meet again in the middle of April at the Etihad, which Luton Town will see as a complete and utter free hit. Or at least I hope they'll be able to get into that mindset. It could be a case of they are desperately in the mire by that point, of course. They have possession right hand side in the middle of the Manchester City half. Chong moves it out towards the left and moves it out towards the edge of the area. This is Townsend. Cross goes in towards the back stick. It's flicked away. It's ball back in. It's pinball back in around the penalty area. And City look to move again. De Bruyne Haaland just in front of him, loses his footing, but it's Bergkamp manages to clear away, and after all of that, I think the ball went out of play in the first place, amidst all that excitement. A reminder of the action that is taking place at the weekend in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Commentary of every single game live. Saturday, the 3 o'clock kickoffs: Brentford against Chelsea, Everton West Ham, Fulham against Brighton, Newcastle Wolves, Nottingham Forest up against Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur against Crystal Palace. 5:30, Luton Town in action against Aston Villa. Then on Sunday afternoon, Burnley v Bournemouth, followed by the Manchester derby at the Etihad, City against United. And then Monday night we'll be watching Sheffield United and Arsenal go toe-to-toe from Bramall Lane. That's your Premier League offering at the weekend here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. And of course, you want to keep up to date with all the action in the EFL, you can do as well. Big game on Friday, that was between Leeds United and Leicester City. Just keeps things interested at the top end of that particular table, and you can keep up to date with all the EFL scores and action across the Flash Score app, which you can download via the Apple App Store and via Google Play. And by doing that, you can get goal notifications straight to your phone featuring your favourite EFL sides by downloading the Flash Score app on the Apple App Store or via Google Play. Meanwhile, concern here for Jeremy Doku. Pep Guardiola has already seen one of his left-footed midfielders come off in this game in Jack Grealish. Will not want a second to follow by way of Jeremy Doku anytime soon. Call being put under pressure, cleared away. And back in towards the path for taking possession in this game. 57% for Manchester City in comparison to Luton Town's 30-odd%. We're into the final 20 minutes. It's Luton Town 2, Manchester City 5. And forward City go again. Out towards the left side. This is Doku up against Hashioka. Inside the area goes. Jeremy Doku has a striker goal. Parried away by Krul. Picked up by Haaland, edge of the box. Back towards Mateus Nunes now. Carl Walker in possession. Out towards Nunes again. Play back in towards the path for Stones. He looks up awaiting the pass. Stones plays it forward into the path for Kovacic. He's going to have a strike, and what a strike! Mateo Kovacic gets in on the act. 6-2 now to Manchester City with little under 20 minutes to play. Rob Edwards stands with his hands on his hips. He can't quite believe what has happened here. City have gone into overdrive, and if they were blown away by Liverpool last week, Luton Town, well, they have been sent to space by this Manchester City team. 6-2. And it was that patient build-up, almost like a snake suffocating the opposition. And then Kovacic finds himself in space, around about 25 yards out from goal. Looks up, has a strike through the laces of the right foot. Krul tries to flap his right hand to it. He just can't quite get there quick enough. And then into the roof of the net it goes. Mateo Kovacic in on the act. It's 6-2 Manchester City. Well, Rob Edwards' head is quite literally in his hands, and you can understand why. His Luton team have given absolutely everything. But sometimes you just have to admit when the opposition are just a step above. And that is exactly what Manchester City have been this evening. They won't give up. This is Townsend up against Ake. In towards the path of Ross Barkley now. In towards the path of Burke, who has possession on the halfway point for Luton Town.